Dropping languages or postponing them? Here's a pretty good question. Oh yes, it is. Indeed, it is. And I guess I finally found the answer. Well, I guess that everyone who has a list of more than 30, 40, or 50 languages, well, everyone who's just like me has a long list of languages, who wants to learn a lot of languages, well, have thought about it and still thinks about it from time to time at least. Well, the thing is, I once had a list of 100 languages, and so of course I had to drop languages. So if you have a list like 100 languages, 200 languages, or if you have a list with more than 70 languages, I would say that you need to drop some languages. But then you can still have a list of 50 or 60 languages, and I would say that the maximum would be 70 languages. That's crazy. That's We will be regarded as crazy, of course. But yeah, I believe that the maximum is 70 languages. So my list now has 68 languages. Yes, it's crazy. But not all of them. I have the same goal, not for all of them, of course. So the thing is, yes, if you have a list of languages like 100 languages, you should definitely drop some languages. So I dropped a few languages. I dropped Welsh, so I will study Irish instead of Welsh. I dropped Welsh was one of those that I dropped that I really shouldn't. Why would I study Would I study Welsh if I can study Irish, for instance? I dropped Hawaiian too, but well, I might learn a little bit of Maori. That's what I want to do. And now, talking about the main point, which is not just dropping but postponing languages. Well, my good friend Rafa Bielets has a concept for this, which is the core languages. Well, the languages that you really want to know. Well, I made a list of those languages that I really want to know, and that list has 33 languages. Yes, 33 languages, including Portuguese, Spanish, and English. So, languages that I want to learn between upper intermediate and advanced level. Well, I'll try to aim for near native fluency in a few, if not advanced level. So those are the languages that I really should worry about. So if you have a list of 40, 50, or 60 languages, you should make another list of the languages that you want to learn from upper intermediate onwards. From upper intermediate, low advanced, advanced, near native. So those languages are the ones that you should work first. Finnish and Swedish are the ones that yes, I found this. I thought it had been stolen or I lost it, but it wasn't. Thanks God. Anyways, Finnish and Swedish are the ones that I really want to learn. And now I added a few more languages that I already had listed for advanced level, like Japanese, Mandarin Chinese, Arabic, and so. Those are the languages that I should work along these years. So one course of Arabic per year, one course of Japanese per year. I'll try to study one course of French per year too. Of course, that there are languages that I have to study like one course in every 2 years because there are way too many to study them at the same time. But yeah, languages like the ones that I'm talking about, languages that I want to learn from an upper intermediate to an advanced level, are the languages that I should focus first. Languages like Thai, I want to study Thai, and so I'll try to study one course per year of Thai too. And then Japanese, I want to begin studying Japanese. I want to start Japanese this year. I only made a few hours of study. And Korean, it will be for later. Korean will be for later, but yes, languages like those languages for advanced level, those languages, I should work them. I should work on them, and during several years, of course. And then there are the other languages that I want to study after 40 or 45. It's more like after 45. I don't know how long will I be here. Let's hope that I'm still here by the time I'm 45 and 50 and 55 and so. So, anyways, the deal is, the thing is, there are other languages that I have just postponed them. So I re-added some languages back into my list. Even Mongolian is back on my list. Irish is back on my list. Amharic, Somali, all of that is back on my list. The thing is, Cantonese too. The thing is, those languages are languages that I only intend to study in the future. Even Persian I intend to study only in the future. So first I'll work with the core languages, just like Rafael Billet says. So that's it, of course, that I will study other languages too. And some of the core languages will be for 4 or 5 years from now. So Russian, German, I prefer to study other things before Russian and German. I prefer to study Finnish and to work on Finnish before studying Estonian. Well, Estonian, I was studying Estonian and then I dropped it, and now I realized that it's best for me to reach a high level in Finnish first before I get back to Estonian. Well, then, Latvian, it's a language that I want to learn, so I had dropped Lithuanian. So Lithuanian, it's for the future. It's not for now. So that's the point of this video. Of course, that we can't do everything at the same time, and we can't do everything. So, if I want to attain a good level of spoken fluency in languages like Mandarin, Arabic, Japanese, and so on, I will need to study like one course per year during several years, 7, 8, 10 years. And then, of course, that I will need to revise, I will need to review, to make some revisions from time to time, and I need to practice. And so it's obvious that languages like, for instance, Tamil, which is also back on my list, well, I will study Tamil like when I'm 45 or so, or I might study it before. But the thing is, I study it during 2 or 3 months, and then I might spend like 2 or 3 years without touching Tamil. Though that's the point too. Because we have to be reasonable there in here and aware that if you want to do a lot of languages at the same time, there are a lot of languages that we will study during 2 or 3 months and then like 2 years without touching them. And then by the time, okay, let's study some more Tamil. Let's study the dialogues, for instance. And Tamil is just an example. I could say Cantonese too, because Mandarin is a language that I want to become proficient. So I will start working on that starting this year. And starting pretty soon. But when it comes to Cantonese, I won't expect fluency in Cantonese. I'm not even aiming for that. And of course, that I will study during 2 or 3 months, and then I will leave it for later. I will leave it to revise later in the future. And the same goes on with other languages. Burmese, of course, I want to study Burmese and Cambodian, so I will study it during 2 or 3 months, and then 2 years without studying it. Because I have to be aware that if I want to become proficient in certain languages, there are others that I will not become proficient. That's why I set my goals for low intermediate, and everyone is still calling me crazy and something like that. Well, I believe I'm not as crazy as I look. Well, the thing is, that's basically what I want to say. Now I have to get back to my studies because I'm working on Finnish yet. And that's it. So, the main thing is languages that you want to become proficient or you want to reach an advanced level or an upper intermediate level at least. So, those are the languages that you have to work during several years. Those are the languages that you have to focus on and you have to review. You have to review a course from time to time. And those are the languages that have to be kind of active all the time, or not exactly all the time, but from time to time. And then are the languages that you will study in the future, and you'll spend 2 or 3 months per each language, and of course you won't be able to keep studying them forever. You might spend like 2 years without touching them. But first you should study the ones that are really important to you and the ones that you really want to learn. See you guys then.